Paleo Tribe, welcome to our Facebook Live with Mike Bledsoe. We're so honored to have you on, Mike. Thanks for coming on. Mike will be one of our speakers at Health Entrepreneur FX on February 2nd and 3rd of 2018, and we're really super excited that we're going to get to see Mike in person. We've been good friends with Mike and his wife for quite a while, and of course the entire Barbell Shrugged crew, which you will see at Paleo FX. And we've got some cool stuff that's going to be happening around them at Paleo FX, but we will announce that later when we have all the details set for you. But thanks, Mike, for coming on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Michelle. I'm excited. I'm excited to do the mastermind. I'm excited about Paleo FX coming up. The calendar is just shaping up, and I love how I already have those dates, and I know I get to hang out with you guys in Austin.
Yes, and we're going to get a double dose of you this year, coming in February and again in April, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Are we going to see Mrs. Bledsoe?
Yes. I don't know if she's going to come in February, but she will definitely be with me in April.
Awesome. I always love seeing the beautiful Miss Ashley. So what are you guys up to nowadays? Do you have any new projects that are that you're working on? Anything you want to tell our crew about?
You know what? I got one thing personally, but with Barbell Shrugged, I think we've been operating that for 6 years, and the one thing that we've learned is find our core competency and just drill down on that. And it took us, I think, 6 years to really get focused, because there's that tendency as an entrepreneur to want to go all over the place and, I could do this, I could do that, opportunity here, opportunity there. And it can be full of good intentions too, and where we're at now is, we're sticking with our core competency, and we're drilling down and becoming the very best of that, the best we can be. And then, me being a creative person, I always have this desire. I think you know what I'm talking about, Michelle, because I think you have the same thing. Is, as a creative person, you want to do something new fairly regularly. So what I found is starting side projects that are just mine and not dragging my whole business into it, which is nice. So I'm doing some workshops and small retreats around building the better mind-body connection. And so I really want to bring more of the consciousness conversation into the fitness industry. And so that's going to be my personal project in 2018. And I'm already booking up some to speak at some gyms in the United States and Europe.
Oh, that's exciting. I'm can't wait to hear a little bit more about that when you've got all the details all tied up and put into a pretty little bow. Keith and I are big on the consciousness scene. We brought a lot of that into Paleo FX, which you've of course been a part of. Still boggles the mind that you were able to fly in straight from Peru and go on to a panel.
It boggles my mind. I think it scrambled my mind for a few days.
But you know what? We're happy that you were able to do that for sure, because it was really great. So how did you go from kind of living in your gym to taking yourself to an online business particularly with Barbell Shrugged?
Yeah, you're right. I was living in my gym. We were bringing in so little money that I was either going to have to get a job and not focus on my business, or so that I could get an apartment, or I just had to move in. So, my partner Doug and I both moved into the gym, and when we did that, that was the moment where we go, well, we really need to take this business seriously. And we actually started studying from one of these internet marketing gurus. His name's Evan Pagan, and he put this. Yeah, he's awesome. And
we love it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had these digital information business products that he put online. So we downloaded and most of his information was around how to do an online business. But what we were doing is we were taking these online business concepts and we were applying them to the gym. And it was cool on so many levels that that's how we got into studying business, because it really resonated with me, it being internet stuff and being the age that I am. And, because I was in my mid-20s when we were getting into that, and studying older business stuff and figuring out how to do advertising and the yellow pages and things like that just wasn't interesting to me. And
anymore. I don't think they.
I still get these big, thick things delivered to my door. Like, just go straight into recycling. And so what we did is we started learning how to run a business, track metrics, and all that kind of stuff. Things that, in Eben's program, it was a lot of things that every business should be doing. And then it was a lot of internet marketing stuff. So we were, I think, one of the first CrossFit gyms that were actually we had a lead magnet and opt-ins and stuff on our website, which was super uncommon in 2007 for a CrossFit gym to be doing, 2007, 2008. And I think because of that, as we matured and we end up after Barbell Shrug, it made sense that we were to teach gym owners how to get more business, because we got into the barbell business thing later on as well. And so we were learning all these online business tactics. We turned them into how to do it in a brick and mortar business. And we ran that from 2007 to 2012. In late 2011, I started playing around with podcasting, because I just thought it was interesting. And I was looking at the scene, and I was thinking, nobody's doing the type of podcast that I would do about strength and conditioning and health and human performance. And so we launched that. And the fact that we had been we really started studying the internet marketing business models in early 2009. And because we already had all this knowledge, when we started doing the podcast thing, immediately Doug and I knew that this was going to be our way of attracting clients and to be able to run an online business. And so there wasn't really a steep learning curve from the brick and mortar to the internet, because we base all of our brick and mortar stuff off of doing internet business. And so we were making some money online from 2012 to mid 2013. And in 2013, I actually went physically and attended a online marketing conference put on by Eben Pagan. I went to Accelerate in 2013. And it was when I went there that, because what we'd been doing at that point is we had a unique way of marketing, but the products we were offering at the time were not that unique. Mm-hmm. And we were just recording a seminar and throwing it online, and it was making money and it was doing pretty good. But it was actually getting into the mix of things with other business owners and being in the room and just churning all of that creativity over, a few days. And what came out the other side was a huge realization on how to bring a unique product to market. And it was a product that we wanted to bring to the market and we believed in. It was like, we found the thing that we could bring. And when we did, we 10x'd our revenue in 30 days. And when we came home, we immediately started building our new product. Actually, we started building our new product before we even left the conference. And and that was the beginning of us really creating a business that was sustainable, an online business that was sustainable, was attending that conference and then putting those things in place. And it was around that time that I decided to step out of my brick and mortar and into online business 100%.
Cool. This is Keith and I did your Barbell Mastermind in January of 2016. It was super impactful for us. It changed a lot of things for how we do business. And this is one of the reasons why Keith and I really wanted to have Mike come to this, to Health Entrepreneur FX. He and his team were really able to help us understand some of the changes that we needed to make personally in some of the things that we were doing and also in business. And so it, a lot of people are like, oh, well, I don't have a gym. Well, we didn't apply it to our gym. We applied it to our business. So he can speak to a lot more than just a gym. And so your the title of your talk at Health Entrepreneur FX is Student Teacher Worldwide Audience. Can you kind of explain what that all means and what a person coming to Health Entrepreneur FX will be learning from you in that talk?
Yeah, I think a lot of people that want to get into business, they may have an idea and they're having this fear that, it needs to be perfect before they bring it to market, and, I've got to be the number one expert in this field or else I don't deserve to be there. And that's simply not true. And my experience as an entrepreneur has been, I go and I learn from other people, and my marketing and the way that we build a lot of products has been that I go out and find the person who is the best. I think that they're the expert in their field, and I go, what's going on? And then I bring people with me along for the ride. So I'm much more of a curator. I'm definitely a teacher as well. But what I'm doing is I'm being a student. I'm traveling around the world, being a student, interacting with the best on the planet, and then I'm bringing the other people along for a ride. And I had a personal transformation by doing this. I've spent 6 years doing this, and as I spend more and more time with the best, I started noticing things. I started noticing that I was changing, that the way I saw the world changed. I stopped looking at what people were doing, and I really started studying how they were being. And I started shifting how I was being. And so I actually started off as somebody who was a student, and I'll always be a student first and a teacher second. And, we bring a camera and we bring some podcast gear, and we built this worldwide audience. And the truth is, because we've done that, we could really sell anything we wanted. And a lot of that is going to be much more on the marketing side. But the truth is the products I'm going to be offering in the future were based off the things I learned while building my business. I didn't learn these things prior to 6 years ago, and now I built a business around that. I was building my business along the way, and I put together the very best product I could put together in 2013, and then in 2014. And, it's 2017 now. We're coming into 2018. And in 2019, I'll be bringing my best product to market then. And I don't even know what it is. And that's okay. And that's the message I want to bring with that talk.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And we actually have Keith just walked in.
Straight from the training floor.
That's right.
What's up?
Looking good. Look at that hair.
This is always opposite. Sorry, guys. It's trying to get this all figured out. But, the thing is that all of us as entrepreneurs struggle with, scoot over here, babe, and be right on top of me. Anyway, a lot of us entrepreneurs struggle with that whole idea that everything's got to be perfect before we come to market. And we've had this issue too. And it's just like, just get it out there. People want what you have and are interested, and they're going to tell you how to make it better.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I love the whole idea of always being a student, always learning. That's how Keith and I kind of run things too.
Bring it to market before it's ready and improve as you go along. Mm-hmm. If you're waiting for perfection, A, you're going to wait forever, and B, someone else is going to get a jump on you.
Right. And this is what's funny. I just told this the other day to some women that I was meeting with, and we were just talking about business, entrepreneurship, that whole thing. And I was like, this is the thing. If we had waited for Paleo FX to be perfected, Paleo FX would never exist. Because honestly, I was joking around with them. Look, we were building the plane as we were taking off, and we're still building the plane, and we're still, we're in the air, but we're building the plane. So you just got to go with it.
Definitely.
Cool. So,
go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
So you were saying you already have business plans in your mind germinating the whole time, and I think that's a mark of a true entrepreneur too. That those wheels are always spinning. You're always putting this together, and it's just this continual rollout of offerings. Some take, some don't take. You figure it out as you go along, but put them out there and let the market decide. And the market will let you know if it's ready for product A or B. But you got to put it out there so the market can tell you that one way or the other.
I think I have a new idea at least every day.
Yep.
And the challenge over time becomes, what do we not bring to market? Because I could bring a million things out, and so could you. And actually, you guys will be interested in this. I'm in 2018. I'm making a commitment to not figure it out, and that means no new offerings. So if I have an idea, I'm gonna table it to 2019. So I'm gonna be doing some small projects and things like that, but I won't be launching any big, nothing where I'm trying to take over the world or anything like that. I'm pumping the brakes, and it's a practice of being. And 2018 is actually a year of being a student for me, and seeing and just being with people, and instead of always trying to figure out, what's the next this and next that. And so, and I've been in entrepreneurship for a decade. So I think at some point it's a good practice to do something like this, and not in the beginning. In the beginning, you definitely got to just throw up a bunch of shit at the wall and see what sticks. And then one thing sticks, and then stick with that for a while. Yeah.
But there is a point too, right, Mike, where you have so much going on that you need to perfect what you have going on before you throw out something new. Exactly.
Yeah, and so it really runs in cycles. And so, a lot of people give advice to entrepreneurs, and you talk to like a Gary Vaynerchuk or something like that, and I think he's giving advice to a very specific type of entrepreneur and a very specific.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. That's and that comes to a very perfect point. And that's one of the great things about Help Entrepreneur FX is our breakout sessions. You can get into things like this with facilitators like Mike, who have been there, done that, have some insight, and can probably help you steer where you want to go and what you're doing. And it may be you need to find your Mike Bledsoe, your Gary Vaynerchuk, whoever it is that's going to help you try to hone in on what it is that you're doing. And you may find out that you need to not follow those people. So that's, and that can be just as important too, because a lot of times listening to some people like Gary can be frustrating, and you can feel very overwhelmed by some of the action items and things that are thrown out and everything. And know and learn that not everything applies to you, and that's okay. It's take is that the Bruce Lee thing?
Yeah, take what is useful and discard the rest. Yeah.
So anyway, that makes a perfect point in those breakout sessions. That you get down to that kind of nitty gritty thing.
Yeah, finding the right teacher is definitely a plus, and that's definitely a student skill in and of itself, is finding the person that you A, resonate with, and B, is speaking the message that you need to hear. And I think that's a special skill as a student too. And I think we should all be, I'm with you, Mike, we should all be lifelong students. And if we're not, we're doing something wrong. If we think we've got all the answers, that's the last person I want to hang around, is someone who thinks that they have all the answers. The last.
Yeah. And the other great piece about this too with the Health Entrepreneur FX is that, you get to network with speakers like Mike, and Sarah Valentine will be there, Hillary Bromberg, Christina Weiss, Alex Sharfin. A
lot of cool different approaches.
Yeah, Jill Coleman. So yeah, a lot of different approaches in a lot of different areas of business, but all still within the health and wellness space and in the paleo world. And so this is a great opportunity to come and find your teacher. And what do they say? When the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
It happens.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a pretty cool chick. I like her a lot. And I wouldn't mind having her guns, but I don't know if she'll trade with me or, if I'm going to have to go do that work apparently. So, very cool. Well, we're really excited about you coming and taking part. And, where are the places that everybody can check you out and get to your stuff online and wherever?
Love that show, by the way. I said I love that show, by the way. Bledsoe show. Good conversation.
Cool. Well, we really enjoy being part of that world, and we just really appreciate what you were able to do for both me and Keith when we came to your mastermind, and just really wanted people to know he's not just a workout dude with a gym. He actually knows his stuff, and so. He's not a meathead. Anyway, it's got a lot going on between those two ears, and it's impressive, and everything that you guys have done. And it's, you are helping, thousands and thousands of people every year, get back their health, learn how to do business in the right way, and to do business with a purpose. And so that's one of the things that we want to focus on at Health Entrepreneur FX. And so we're really glad that you're going to be part of it, and that we're going to get to see you double dose this year. So anyway. And
I, for those people who maybe have never been to a mastermind, you don't know what you're missing until you come. Mm-hmm. You have to go to a mastermind. And if you talk to anybody, and not just the Health Entrepreneur FX, but a mastermind, go to it. You'll never hear anybody say, oh, that was a waste of time or that was a waste of money, because it's just being in the atmosphere with a bunch of kick-ass people, you're going to come away with so much, just so much information.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the thing too is being around a whole lot of like-minded people, and it just, there's something that's very energizing about that, and the creativity level, the collaborations, the things that go on at masterminds, particularly when we were at your mastermind and at Health Entrepreneur FX, lots of good new ideas, lots of new businesses, collaborations that come out of those, because you network with these people and you end up with these connections and this new network of people that are in your realm that can either help you or you can help them, or you can go to end up, there's been a lot of businesses created at these from people that have decided, you know what, you're thinking like I am. I believe what you're thinking, and that's just that's the magic and the beauty of masterminds and being able to do entrepreneur events like this.
Yep.
One last question for you. What is your favorite piece of technology to use to spread your word? Mm-hmm. And y'all do it very, very well. And you guys he's going to be at Health Entrepreneur FX, but he's going to also be at Paleo FX. So you're going to want to check him out and check out his crew and see how they podcast firsthand, kind of see the behind the scenes of it.
They are a machine.
They are well-oiled. Very well-oiled.
Machine.
So we will have all the links that you need for you to check out Health Entrepreneur FX in the comments. And we're just so excited to have Mike coming to Health Entrepreneur FX. We think he's going to be an amazing addition. And he is someone really incredible to learn from. Like I said, not just a meathead that has a gym.
And a cool beard.
Yes, and a cool beard. He knows his stuff, and you're definitely going to want to learn from him. So thanks so much, Mike, for being with us. And guys, as always, thank you for tuning in and checking things out. And make sure that you go to the links and check out Health Entrepreneur FX February 2nd and 3rd in Austin, Texas at the new Paleo FX headquarters.
Right on.
Bye, guys. You'll have a great night.
Mm-hmm.